The silence of a phone screen can be the loudest sound in the world. You're sitting on the edge of your bed, the blue light reflecting in your eyes, watching that small gray bubble, waiting for it to turn into a reply. Minutes feel like hours, and then it happens. That familiar cold tightening in your chest. A voice in the back of your head starts whispering. They're bored of you. You've done something wrong. They're finally realizing you're not enough. They are going to leave. If you've ever felt this paralyzing wave of anxiety over a late text, a slight change in someone's tone, or the thought of being alone on a Saturday night, you aren't crazy and you aren't dramatic. You are carrying a silent weight that millions of us share, but few know how to name. It's called the abandonment wound. And today, we're going to walk through the rooms of your mind to find out where this fear was born, why it's sabotaging your happiness, and how you can finally stop being a hostage to the fear of being left behind. Imagine a man. Let's call him the version of you that doesn't sleep. He's successful, perhaps, or at least he looks like he has it together, but in his relationships, he is a detective. He looks for clues of betrayal in a misplaced comma. He apologizes for things he didn't do just to keep the peace. He's a people pleaser, not because he's nice, but because he's terrified that if he shows his true, messy self, the people he loves will vanish like smoke. This isn't just insecurity, it's a survival mechanism. To understand why, we have to travel back. Not to a specific memory, perhaps, but to a feeling. Most of us weren't abandoned in the literal sense of being left on a doorstep. For many, it was emotional abandonment. Maybe your parents were physically there, but they were busy, or stressed, or emotionally unavailable. You learned very early that your needs were a burden. You learned that to get love, you had to be perfect, or quiet, or helpful. You became an expert at reading the room before you even learned how to read a book. The problem is, you carried that little boy's survival kit into your adult life. Now, when a partner needs space, you don't see it as space, you see it as an exit. When a friend makes a new friend, you don't see it as growth, you see it as a replacement. You are constantly living in a house with no doors, terrified that the walls will just crumble at any second. But here is the twist that most psychology books don't tell you. The person you are most afraid of being abandoned by is yourself. Think about it. Every time you suppress your true feelings to keep someone else happy, you are abandoning yourself. Every time you ignore your own boundaries because you're scared they'll get angry and leave, you are telling your inner self you don't matter as much as their presence does. You are stuck in a loop. You fear being alone so much that you've become a stranger to the person you spend 24 hours a day with. Let's look at a real-life example. Think of the push-pull dynamic. Have you ever felt someone getting too close, and suddenly you're the one who wants to run? You start picking fights. You find flaws in them. Why? Because your brain thinks, I'll leave them before they can leave me. It's a preemptive strike. It's a way to stay in control of the pain. But all it does is ensure the very outcome you are trying to avoid. You end up alone, staring at the same walls, wondering why love feels like a battlefield. It's exhausting, isn't it, to constantly be on high alert, to feel like you are walking on eggshells in your own life. But what if I told you that the cold chest feeling isn't a prophecy, it's just a memory? It's your nervous system trying to protect a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. You are no longer that child who depends on others for survival. You are a grown man with the capacity to provide for yourself, to soothe yourself, and to choose who stays in your life. The shift happens when you realize that being left is not a reflection of your worth. People leave for 1,000 reasons that have nothing to do with you. They leave because of their own shadows, their own fears, their own timing.
If someone walks out of your life, it doesn't mean you are unlovable. It means the space they were occupying is now vacant for someone who actually has the capacity to stay. So how do we fix this? It starts with the most difficult conversation you'll ever have, the one where you look in the mirror and say, I am staying. Start by practicing self-witnessing. Next time that panic rises, when the text doesn't come or the tone shifts, don't reach out to them. Don't double text. Don't check their Instagram activity. Sit with the discomfort. Feel the fire in your chest and realize it hasn't killed you yet. Tell yourself, even if they leave, I still have me, and I am enough to build a life with. When you stop outsourcing your sense of safety to other people, something miraculous happens. You stop being a detective and start being a participant. You start choosing people based on how they make you feel rather than how likely they are to stay. You find a strange, quiet power in knowing that the exit door is always there, but you aren't guarding it anymore. The fear of abandonment is a shadow, and shadows only grow long when the light is far away. By turning the light back onto your own self-worth, the shadow shrinks. You realize that the only person who can truly abandon you is the one looking back of yourself in the mirror. So today, make a promise. Stop running after people who are already halfway out the door. Stop apologizing for taking up space. You were never too much, and you were never not enough. You were just looking for a home in other people when the keys were in your pocket the whole time. You are safe, you are whole, and you are finally home.